Oh, hey there. It's yours truly, Mr. Lang. Let's see what happens when I take this bandana off. Just don't know what to do with this hair sometimes, you dig? But it's yours truly, Mr. Lang. Team Wash Life, how you doing? We've been working our butts off ever since that convention. I put out so many jobs and got this guilty feeling of putting people out too far, so I ended up cramming everything into the week after, and it's nice because it's a big revenue week, but we're putting in 12, 13-hour days every day this week so far. Except for Monday because we had a shit guy. But still, Monday was 9.5-hour day, 10-hour day. Anyway, I'm here putting in a new box, and I'm really excited to show you guys and show you guys this box, this pump in a box situation. Everything's done, everything's plumbed, everything's rigged up. I really just got to hook the hoses up and be ready to go. There's a few other things I want to touch on, but hold on a second. Colt just texted me. I don't know what it is, but this week we've had some real odd and some real different style clients who they're just killing us on the whatever, I'll get into that in a second. Let me call him real quick. Okay, so I'm back. So anyway, now he's had some weird situations with clients that are kind of nitpicking the details of things, which is annoying, but it's like customer's always right. Sorry, my face is so red. You spray bleach and stuff and you don't wash your face, it gets red. But anyway. Oh, why? You ever stop and think, what? At no point in my life did I think I was going to be a power washer or a window cleaner. And now we're just power washers and window cleaners. How weird is that? Anyway, let's get into the thing. All right, so for your sake, I cut that short. I actually sang the entire song all the way through, but we don't need to hear that. So, this box is created by a good friend of mine, Team Wash Life member. He likes building things, and he created a box. You know, there's a lot of guys selling the boxes and yada yada yada, but he's just building them on the side, and they're really cool. So let's break it down, shall we? So we got his version of the mixer. You know, I always say like the Wash Life mixer or whatever, but the truth is there's a lot of guys making these things, and there's always a little something different about each one typically. But so what he does is he gets these and uses a special plumber type glue, because I think he has a plumbing background if I'm not mistaken. And it's a nice tight seal. I mean, you pretty much have to break them to break that seal. So he gets that all in there, nice and clean, with cam lock hookups on the outside, and that's the outlet. Okay. He puts the accumulator in there. I've never used one, don't really see the point of them, but we're gonna give her a shot because it's in there, so why not? It's supposed to save the life of the pump, is the accusations. I had him throw a 5.5 gallon a minute pump in there. I'm a fan of the 5.5 gallon a minutes. We actually have a 7 gallon a minute in the van, and I used 5.5 before that, and I like the 5.5 better. So if you're looking to get into this stuff, bigger isn't always better sometimes, you know, because when you're on a roof, you're trying to control that spray and keep it concentrated. So when you got too much going on, it gets a little hectic. So I'm a fan of the 5.5 gallon per minute. It's just very clean. You know, just clean lines, clean everything. That's gonna be your outlet. These are what the intake, so you got your whatever, soap, water, bleach, whatever you hook up is how it goes, you know. He's even got the key fobs, 2 of them for each tech. How cool is that? On, off, very long reach. So, very stoked about that. He even includes a little wand. I thought it was kind of funny how I put a nylon on there. I do that in a pinch, but typically from what I'm told is you don't want to run the nylon because they break down a little quicker with the chem running through them. But I've never had problems with it, with that being said. So it is what it is. But he just uses the stick, which is cool. Just, you know, it's very simple, right? And he included one of these, which I don't know if I will use or not. But this would probably be used for like the soap or something. We might use that for the soap. Probably not for like bleach, because this would just get ate away with the bleach. But very cool, very happy with it. Very cool. He even threw in this. These are the intake lines, you know, with the proper cam lock fittings. What else did he throw in for me? Now, he might have just thrown in some stuff just to help me out. And I'm not sure if he throws in all this stuff. He might, you know, some extra parts, a little tip. These are cool though. I've never seen them in this size with the 1/2 inch. I always get the ones small for the downstreaming. Very cool. So that's what tonight's job is. It's actually like 7 p.m. right now. That's what tonight's job is. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. So we got everything ripped apart. This is a mess. I had a pump in here, 7 gallon per minute pump. Pressure switch broke, so when you let off the trigger, the pump stayed on, and then hoses just kept blowing up on a job. It's horrible. We had a line blow up in here. There's a video on it. And then we hooked this thing up. It lasted not even half a job and just shut off. We checked the lines. I mean, there's a connection everywhere, but it just won't turn on. It just makes this click noise, and we just got it. So, and of course it dies with tons of chem in the line, and it's been sitting like that for probably 2 weeks. So that's probably caused all sorts of problems, especially with the reel. It's probably broke that the swivel. It's probably broke that swivel down. Who knows what else? You can tell if you look. Hold on, I'll flip the camera around. Look at that line. It's typically clear. It's just filled with gunk and rust and whatever it's eating away at. That's how it goes, especially when there's breaks right before you're leaving for Branson, Missouri for the huge convention. So, anyway, super cool guy. He actually had an extra one of these style pumps laying around that was broken, but the pressure switch was still good. So he sent that along with it in the mail and said, hey, swap out the tops of those. Your pressure switch should be good. So I'm gonna put my old pump back on there, light this thing on fire, collect the ashes, feed them to a dog, and then light the dog's crap on fire. That's how much I hate that pump. Yeah, let's get to it, eh? Oh, also, some quick side note. So the convention and stuff was very cool. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm steady listening to podcasts of guys who are just way better than me in every single way. And, you know, Bobby Walker mentioned in his little, what's the word? The huge convention review, he had a little bit of imposter syndrome. And I could relate to that. I had a lot of guys coming up talking about how they follow me, how I help them start their business and all that stuff, and all that's cool, and you know, how they can't wait till their business is like mine. And it's like, dude, I wish you knew the reality of it. It's a lot of chaos, and my business is nowhere near where I want it to be. A lot of times I feel like a failure. I'm not gonna lie. So, but I think sometimes you just gotta push pause on all that stuff. And it's like, yeah, it can always be better, but it's like, let's just pause and be grateful for what we got, eh? You know? So, anyway, what I was getting at is I am always steady trying to implement systems, maybe not at the rate and the consistency that some of these podcasts and these big dogs recommend, but nonetheless, I do try to implement them when I get the time. And one of our newest ones is every single day after work, doesn't matter what time, rain, sleet, or snow, you unload the vehicle of everything, and you go through, you know, you don't have to go crazy, but like our window cleaning kits per se. You could almost see the little label through the lid, that white square. That's actually a label in there saying exactly what's supposed to be in there. And everything's labeled, but everything has a home, everything has a spot, you know? So let me show you the actual system. Some people might find value in this, especially if you're like operating out of your garage or a little shop. It's very hectic keeping it clean and keeping people accountable. So you can go ahead and screenshot that if you would like. This is actually a now included system in the $99 systems. Basically just my basic systems that I send to people for 99 bucks just to get them started in the right direction if they're looking to make systems. I now include this too. And anybody who has purchased systems in the past and wants this, shoot me an email and I'll send it over to you. But it's basically called, let me show you. It's called Clean Vehicle, Restock, and Clean House. So every day I meet the guys at the shop and I have to sign them out, right? Clock in time, pre-trip, post-trip inspection sheet completed and turned in for your vehicle. Any receipts for fuel or supply purchases, are they turned in so I can repay them if they had to make a purchase? All payments for service collected / paid before leaving the job site, and are they turned in? Were there any work-related injuries or accidents? Did you use the job travel, arrival, complete all day without error? It's actually within the Customer Factor app. They tell me where they are at all times. Clean vehicle, restock, and clean house. So that's what this one is. They have to take everything out of the vehicle, clean up the cab, wipe the insides out if anything's wet or whatever. They have to restock it for tomorrow's jobs, and they have to clean house and make sure the shop's clean. So as you can tell, it might look messy to you, but our shop is very clean. I got some stuff on the table just because I'm using it, but our shop is very, whatever, it's very clean. Floors are clean. Downstream injector, roof pump, pump sprayers, anything with SH, have they been flushed, thoroughly rinsed? Any items on your vehicle that are low stock or needing replaced? Did you hang up at least 20 flyers around each residential job? And what is your clock out time? That forces them to clock out right there and then, so we don't have any errors of, oh, sorry, I forgot to clock out. I made it home and I realized 30 minutes later I clocked out, or stuff like that slipping past me, you know? They both sign it, and I take a note. Boom. That's another system. How about it? So, these things take time, but it's good to implement them, and then, you always put them in place, and then you realize what they need tweaking and whatnot, but I sign them out every day with that. I forget why I went on that rant, but anyway. It's been very helpful keeping an organized shop, because what would happen is we'd go all week, go hard, I'd come back Friday, shop is a disaster, and I spend my weekend, or at least one day of my weekend, cleaning up the shop and reorganizing it. Otherwise it's just total chaos. So this actually has been a super beneficial system, and we've only really been implementing it since that day. So yours truly, Mr. Lang. All right, stay tuned. Hopefully I will remember to turn the camera on, but I'm gonna get to work, start trying to make these little 12-volt pumps work. I freaking despise these 12-volt pumps, but that's what's needed to get roofs clean, so we're gonna make her happen. I don't have any trouble like this with a power washer or with the downstream injector, but these things, they're always frying. We'll be back. All right, so update. The existing roof pump that's been in there, sitting with chem in the line, no flush for almost 2 weeks. I messed with some things, tinkered with some things. I literally just, with the ground on the alligator clip, just kept, because it kept clicking, and I just kept going. Eventually it something broke free, kicked on, flushed all that gunk out. So our roof pump's back up and running. We're actually gonna wait on this, because the more I think about it, that's a project, and I don't feel like dealing with it. I don't feel like putting another reel up on the truck, putting 250 feet of 5/8 hose on there, or 1/2-inch hose. I just don't feel like dealing with that. So we're gonna hold off on this. But so far, this little system looks awesome. I just need to find the time to put a reel up and get some hose hooked up, and it's pretty much a plug and play system after that. and figure out if how I want to hook that up to the truck. Basically, how it's been working is everything can pretty much do everything. The only thing is the van doesn't have pure water window cleaning on it. So the truck's really the window cleaning rig and the van's more the power washing rig, but they both can do both because we can always clean windows traditionally. But anyway, we're good on that aspect. Let me show you how we've been keeping track of revenue, and you might like this, who knows? So these are our personal goals, you know, everybody might be different. This is just what my goals are. This is what I would like to see after I've looked at all my expenses and yada, yada, yada. These numbers would be really cool to follow to keep things happy over at Waldyland, Mr. Wally's Professional Services. Red is the minimum, so once we start dipping below that, we're actually not making really anything. We're losing money. Blue is our safe zone. You know, between red and blue, that's our safe zone. Let's keep it there. We're at least profitable somewhat. Anything in the green or above, between the blue and the green or above, we're super happy. We're where we need to be. So that's just kind of something that stays there that we can keep an eye on. And then you'll come over here and I try to update this every day at the end of the day when we clock out. So I'm being transparent, which gets me numbers, okay? So it's our week revenue total. Monday was just a pretty laid back day. We had a premium window cleaning and a house wash that Devin went and did by himself. So in our company, at least, the window cleaning is what kills us. We're not super fast at window cleaning. It's very tedious. It's annoying. We just don't like the window cleaning. We find that we can move way faster and generate way more revenue power washing or gutter cleaning. But it's getting better, so we're sticking it out. So basically we averaged, Colt had to leave early. He had a stomach issue. He's got stomach issues and he had one flare up, so he took off early, so I didn't even bother trying to figure it out. But Devin stuck it out, and that's what we averaged for the whole day for Devin, 96 an hour. Tuesday, a little over 1,500 bucks. They each averaged that number. Today, Wednesday, they average a little better, which is great. You know, they're putting in some killer hours, and you know, now we got to factor in the overtime and yada yada yada. But I'm content with those numbers. So the guys that tell you they're doing $2,500 a day, blah blah blah, every day, consistently, it's a little rough. Now, I guess before I speak too much, tomorrow is a $2,500 day. But that's 2 roof cleanings, 2 basic window cleanings with just exterior windows, and they both want their houses washed. And that's what I mean when you're doing just power washing and, you know, the little exterior cleaning, just to really do everything, do all the services at once. You can generate a lot more. So I bet tomorrow will be something like an 8 or 9 hour day, and as long as we have no mechanical errors, and we'll do some good numbers for tomorrow. It's these window cleaning days that screw us up. So today we had 2 premium window cleanings and a gutter cleaning. Yesterday we had premium window, you know, we've had premium window cleanings all week. Just cannot fathom how much I dislike window cleaning, but we're getting there, okay? So that's about it for today. I feel like I've been making a bunch of little 2-minute clips, so I don't want the video to be too long, and I gotta wrap it up. It's getting dark out. It is dark out. I gotta head home. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, head home. Me lady made me some food, so I'm gonna eat some food. Devin's still shitting over there. Don't know why. I said bye to him like 15 minutes ago. I gotta move the vehicles in. I got the truck and the van sitting outside, so I gotta get to it, boys. Yours truly, Mr. Lang. Later.